Welcome to the deep dive. So, have you ever wondered why uh, you can completely forget the name of a kid you sat next to for 3 whole years, but you can perfectly recall the exact thickness of your childhood best friend's glasses?
Yeah, the human brain is a terrible archivist, honestly, but it's an incredibly specific storyteller.
Right. Today's mission is a perfect test case for that. We're looking at some really personal source notes from a narrator trying to reconstruct a portrait of their childhood best friend, a kid named Kyle Stephen Shelton.
And we're going to see how these raw, fragmented memories actually build a complete person.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this because the details the narrator actually retained are bizarrely specific. Like, we have his birthday, Father's Day, around June 13th, 1979.
Hmm.
We have the parents' names. Mom was Betty. Stepdad was Ron Tolliver. But the physical descriptors are what really stand out to me. Kyle was red-green colorblind and wore these incredibly thick Coke bottle-style glasses.
It really feels exactly like looking at a role-playing game character sheet, doesn't it?
Yes. You don't necessarily remember every single day you spent together,
Yeah.
but you know his exact stats, like +2 to vision correction.
Right, and -1 to color perception.
Totally.
There's actually a neurological reason for that character sheet effect. When we're young, our amygdala, which processes emotion and threat, is basically highlighting sensory data for the hippocampus. It's
Yeah.
constantly scanning for, who is safe and who isn't.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so the brain doesn't just log the glasses, it logs the vulnerability those glasses represent. The hippocampus tags that visual as crucial data for navigating the social environment.
So if brains only hardwire the sensory details with the highest emotional charge, it makes total sense that the timeline goes completely blank until a moment of shared stress.
Exactly. Like how they technically met in fifth grade.
Yeah, the narrator admits they have zero memory of it. The tape literally doesn't start rolling until 7th grade.
And the setting of that memory is the key to why it finally recorded.
I am a bit lost on why this specific moment cemented the friendship, though. Like, the
Yeah.
narrator was just wandering the halls trying to figure out how to access the free breakfast and lunch program.
Right.
And they see Kyle sitting outside a homeroom class looking like a, quote, soaked little puppy,
Yep.
anchored by a massive denim backpack, completely engrossed in books with interesting pictures. It's so mundane. Why do middle school hallways trigger lifelong alliances?
Well, it seems mundane to an adult, right? But to a seventh grader, that hallway is an untamed wilderness.
That's a good point.
Middle school is just an era of immense transitional anxiety. You're suddenly dealing with these rapidly shifting social hierarchies. What you're seeing here is classic stress bonding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when you are navigating a highly uncertain environment, like trying to find a free lunch lane, and you spot someone else who also looks overwhelmed, there's an instant unspoken recognition.
And that shared vulnerability led them to a really fascinating exchange because those books with the pictures Kyle was reading, they were Dungeons and Dragons manuals.
No.
And according to the notes, Kyle taught the narrator how to play D&D, while the narrator actually taught Kyle self-defense.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this is a textbook example of reciprocal altruism in adolescent psychology.
Reciprocal altruism.
Okay, in the wild, creatures trade complementary strengths to survive. Here, you have an unspoken economy. Kyle provided an escape.
Right. The imagination aspect.
Exactly. D&D is an elaborate system of imagination where a kid has control, a place to be a hero when the middle school ecosystem makes them feel small. In exchange, the narrator offered physical security in the real world.
Oh, I see. They basically traded the armor of the mind for the armor of the body. Sanctuary for security.
They patched each other's vulnerabilities. The narrator got a mental refuge, and Kyle got a bodyguard.
It really is a testament to how these brief, scattered source notes capture the whole essence of a middle school bond. It wasn't forged over small talk. It was forged through mutual necessity in that hallway wilderness.
And that shared curiosity leaves a permanent imprint on how we learn to trust people going forward.
So true. So, as you go about your day, I want you to think back to your own childhood best friend. Dig past the blurry timeline and look at the character sheet. What was the unspoken trait of skills or perspectives that cemented your bond? And how does that exchange still influence the person you are today?